morning, Leila here from the Comic Connection with this week's comic book reviews. First up, we've got Invincible Iron Man #1. Of course, with Iron Man the movie coming out, there's going to be a slew of Iron Man related books out there, so which one should you be reading? The answer is this one. It is really good. Basically, in the first story, we have that terrorists have attacked using really advanced weaponry, which Tony finds out is based on his Iron Man design, so it's his worst nightmare come true. His invention has been turned into a killing machine once again. Again, the story was really good and the art was really good, so if you want to start picking up an Iron Man book, this is the one to get. Invincible Iron Man #1. Next up, we've got The Mummy, Rise and Fall of Xangos' Axe. Now this is sort of like a prequel to the movie, perhaps a bit of a movie adaptation. It's giving us an idea of what's coming up in the upcoming Mummy movie. So in this one, the O'Connells are on the trail of a missing archaeologist and run afoul of some natives who are searching for something called the Third Eye of Shangri-La, which is basically a big, big ruby. This really made me want to see the movie. I have high hopes for it now after reading this book. It was a really good read, and if the movie is going in this direction, then it should be good, so pick it up if you're interested. Next up, we've got Avengers Invaders #1 of the 12-part maxi series. It starts with a flashback back to the 40s into something called Operation Time Ghost, which revolved around Hitler's search for sort of occult weapons and how the invaders fought against him. And then all of a sudden they're flung into the future and don't know how they got there, and they fall into the middle of Spidey being pursued by the Thunderbolts, who are representing the Superhuman Registration Act, and so they have no idea what they've just landed into. It was a really good story. I loved the interesting layout for it, and the art was awesome. So if you like Avengers and you like Invaders, then this is the book for you. You should pick it up. Next, we've got Secret Invasion #2. This is the second part in the 8-part series. In this one, we learn that Sentry has a bit of a role into what's going on, and we find the Skrulls are finally arriving in a big, big way. If you're not reading Secret Invasion, you really should be. This is going to be the biggest Marvel story of the year, so pick it up. It's a really great read, and the art is awesome. And last but not least, we're going to do a little throwback to last week, because we did free Comic Book Day books last week. This is DC Universe #0. If you weren't lucky enough to pick it up, you should really try and find it, or wait for the second printing that's going to be coming out in a few weeks. Basically, this gives us a or a roadmap for everything that's going to happen in the DC Universe series that are coming up, Final Crisis and a whole bunch of other tie-ins. The big news being that Barry Allen is returning, so for you Flash fans, you want to read this just to find out that yes, it is true, and you have a lot to look forward to coming up in the DC Universe.
Hey folks, Jim here with this week's comic book reviews. First off, Digger Swimsuit #15. This is another for fans, by fans book, so if you want to see your art get published, submit to this. It's really quite good, lots of nice color pieces, and some short stories as well. It's a good read. Next up, Digger #96. In this issue, Gina and Britt traverse quasi-space, but run afoul of a basilisks, but those are the least of their problems, as when a Dynasty Armada shows up. Another great Digger issue, only a few more issues till #100. If you're not reading Digger, why aren't you? Pick it up. Next up, Buffy #14, Wolves at the Gate Part 3. In this issue, Buffy and co. search Japan for the Scythe, but fall into a trap and someone pays the ultimate price. This issue really got to me. I mean, I've been watching this thing happen for the last few issues, and well, it's very sad when it gets to the end. If you're not reading Buffy, pick it up. Next up, Angel After the Fall #7. This issue features stories on Wesley and Kate, and as First Night continues, we learn how Wes became to be in the employ of Wolfram and Hart. It's an okay issue. Art is subpar compared to some other stuff, but quite good in the writing for this issue at least. And last but not least, Transformers Reign of Starscream. This is basically a movie sequel to what transpired after the film. Basically what happens in this book is it tells the story of how Starscream came to Earth and how he plans to destroy and conquer after Megatron's demise. Quite nice art by Alex Milne. Okay story. If you're a Transformers fan, you're going to like it. If not, don't pick it up.